giant of the man. Coquina, the Samoan Warrior, now 38-0 in the CWF. That brought to my attention by Ron West earlier today. Coquina 38-0 in the CWF, and is a man to be reckoned with. Who knows better than this than Willie B.
Well, you know what, Charlie? Everybody knows that this big fella is a big one, and he's real strong, but they don't see the agility. If you look at him right now, that big fella, he got some mobility. And I'm going to tell you another thing. That Alan Martin, he knows he has a prize with this big Samoan, Coquina. But the thing I want to talk about a little bit right here, I want to talk about Black Bart. Everybody knows that the big Texan has been all over the world wrestling and is renowned and was known for terminating people in wrestling. Well, let me tell you what, Black Bart, you ain't gonna be stepping stoning on Willie B. Hurting. No, 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 no. No, you ain't, sucker. And I want them all to understand, including that big Coquina. I want them to know he might be 38-0. He may be over 400 pounds, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm a man in that squared circle myself.
Indeed you are, and I want to commend you for stepping in. And in the situation that took place, very disgusting incident with Tom Owens and Black Bart recently. Tom Owens and you certainly are good friends, and you stand for everything this man does, and it's over right here. I want to thank you for...
right now.
He's hiding behind the mask, but Dusty is the kind of man that does not have to hide from anyone, Gordon.
Well, that's a matter of fact. Barry Windham, of course, back in action at 110%. And it is Ron Bass, and of course, it's not unusual. In the Super Bowl and any pro football game, you're going to find one of the players with a cast on somewhere. And Bass is no exception to the rule here tonight in this wrestling match against Kevin Sullivan. Sullivan, of course, out of Boston, Massachusetts. Bass out of Pampas, Texas.
Well, you know, with a cast on your wrist or on an ankle or something like that, the cast does give you almost absolute protection. In fact, sometimes the cast can even be used as a weapon. It's rock hard. It's very solid. If you beat a man upside the head with a cast, I think the head will give in before the cast does. So it gives you good protection on there. And look, right now, Ron Bass does have Kevin in a lot of pain, a lot of trouble right now.
As a single armbar now on Kevin Sullivan as they go across to the far side of the ring. We are located, by the way, directly at ringside. And our cameramen, of course, we've been on an elongated tour around the country, pausing here in the great cigar city of Bass, taking a lot of punishment to the side of the head, the flat of the foot of Kevin Sullivan, lashed out repeatedly to the side of the head and ear of Ron Bass. Sullivan blocked as he came off the ropes. It was Bass connecting very solidly. I would say that Bass is staying a bit ahead of Sullivan in this match so far.
Well, if this was going to be judged on points, Gordon, it certainly would be Ron Bass. But let's not ever underestimate Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan is very wily and tricky. But right now, it's absolutely Ron Bass has the upper hand. If Ron don't turn his back on him, he stays right on top of him. He's got Kevin on the run right now. The crowd's going wild now.
Bass catching him with a good forearm to the side of the head. Sullivan misses with a hard right hand. And you can hear the appreciation of the crowd here. And it is a jam-packed crowd of over thousands and thousands of people here in the building. And it is Kevin Sullivan directly over our broadcast table. And Bass brings him up. There's that power. Wait a second. Angelo Mosca just hit the ring. Mosca just hit the ring. The referee calls for the bell. Bass using that pass very effectively. And Mosca ducking away from Bass. And Bass is trying to get him cornered. And it,
Yeah, there's Kevin with a chair in the ring. They're going wild. They're going to need some help here. Something's going to happen.
It is Kevin Sullivan smashing away with that chair on the cast in the hand of Cowboy Ron Bass, and they're trying to rip that cast off, and it is Bass driven outside the ring, right next to our broadcast table. Bass down on the canvas, Bass rather down on the floor, And he has got to have re-injured that hand. There's no question about it. He's got to have re-injured that. Off the rope. Diamond caught him a good forearm. Diamond coming off again that time. He was caught in the chest of the boot by Ron Starr. Starr now drives that knee across the prefrontal lobe on Paul Diamond, and that'll darn sure cause a personality change. Rear chin lock now. He was blocking the breathing, and referee Nick Patrick very quickly called attention to that and called for a halt. Starr slashing right hand has Diamond in trouble. There's the side of the leg. The quadricep femoris muscles coming into play there. Diamond in trouble as he's caught now in a front chancery by Starr and bringing him up off his feet. Tremendous pressure applied to the vertebrae, the spinal column. And it is Diamond now exploding with a series of right hands. Irish whip, good drop kick by Diamond. Has Starr in trouble. Diamond up another drop kick. Missed with that one as Starr ducked to one side. Diamond could be in a lot of trouble here. Coming off the ropes into a Starr, catching him with a side of the knee into the chest of Paul Diamond. There he goes with that Russian leg sweep. Well executed, high float up. He gets the pinfall.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Jones and Mr. Jones, I understand you have a few words to say before we go to this tape of Rufus R. Freight Train Jones and your assassin, and I think I know why. All right?
Let me tell you something, David. I have fire in my eyes. Listen, anytime you suffer an injury like I did, it was uncalled for. And I'll tell you one thing. I told the people, and I'm here today to tell you people, I have a registry with names, the men, wrestlers that helped Jimmy Valiant. Everyone's on that name is going to be eliminated by the assassin. And I have a piece of film here today to show you the first elimination that we handled by ourselves.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what they did to Rufus R. Freight Train Jones.
All right, fans, Rufus R., the Freight Train Jones. You're looking at him right there at the bell. And across the ring now, his opponent, there he is, the Masked Assassin. And here is Paul Jones now, outside of the ring. Paul Jones, the manager of the Assassin. And fans, all of you heard Paul Jones. You heard him earlier. You heard him talking about the people he was going to take care of. Rufus R. Freight Train Jones right up there hitting that list. And here is Jones in against the Assassin. When you talk about how much Jones and the Assassin hate Rufus R. Freight Train Jones, you got to realize in the same breath that Rufus hates them every bit as much or even more as the Assassin comes out of the corner right into the elbow. Of course, Rufus was on the top of that list, along with Jimmy Valiant and many, many others that Paul Jones put on that list, as he said, and I distinctly remember Paul saying, we're going to take care of him. And that we, I'm sure, includes this man in the ring right now, the Assassin. Here's Rufus. He's gone to the mat. With the Assassin on the mat, Rufus now trying to untie and pull and rip at that mask, trying to get the mask off of the Assassin. Still working with the mask. Here's Jones. Bum leg and all. Up onto the apron of the ring, and he goes down off that apron after a right hand. And that left Rufus wide open for the Assassin. Now they're going to trade blows. Here's Rufus back. A double thrust 2 times down to the midsection. High down with a slam goes the Assassin. Looked like he was trying to get to Paul Jones or through the ropes, and Jones with that cane. Stuck that cane right through the ropes, and he didn't hit him with a cane. He poked him hard with it right into the chest and the stomach. That was a more vicious blow than if he had hit him with that cane. Rufus with the elbow coming over the ropes. As the Assassin all ready to give him the backflip. As the Assassin gets to his feet, right there's Rufus ready for him. He goes down again from the double blow to the chin. Well, the way these two go at each other, you can tell the hatred and the animosity they have toward each other. Rufus flat on the mat, wide open for that blow by the assassin to the rope. And again, he was going to come with a blow, hard with the knees, and Rufus got the knees up to the midsection. Now the assassin could be in trouble. He goes down from a hard right. Jones outside of the ring. He's about to have a fit, calling for the assassin to keep on the attack. Rufus with a headbutt. Down goes the assassin. Paul Jones tried to trip him when he came over the ropes and he missed him. Oh, and the count of, we get a bell. Referee Stu Schwartz said ring the bell. Jones came charging into the ring. Rufus has got Paul Jones. The assassin from behind with a cane, and down goes Rufus. Paul Jones over in the corner. Again with a cane, right down across the throat of Rufus. And Jones now telling the assassin to give him more, to give him more. Jones in tremendous pain with that knee and that leg of his. The assassin up on the top rope. They're going to lay Rufus right out in the ring, and with a knee over the top rope comes the assassin. Paul Jones still not satisfied. He says more, more. And you know they're trying to hurt Rufus here. Jones again is going to hold him, and again over the ropes comes the assassin. Completely helpless. Rufus R. Freight Train Jones, referee Stu Schwartz, trying to break it up. He's helpless to do so. They kick and stomp away at him. Paul Jones slugs him with a cane. They beat and slug away at him. Here comes young Sam Houston charging into the arena, trying to get into the ring, trying to get some help to Rufus, trying to drag Rufus out. Bret Hart also comes in as they try to cover and try to protect Rufus R. Freight Train Jones. In slow motion, you can see Paul Jones holding Rufus down, putting him in exactly the position he wanted him for the assassin, who came high off of the ropes with all of the weight in the cane several times.
Let's take time out for these commercial messages about the worldwide wrestling events coming up in your area.
The Iceman, very prominent here last week, Joel, and he is, as I mentioned earlier, basically a shadow for General Skandar Akbar. He said he was coming back to the Mid-South to stay, and he has made quite a debut. Of course, here, wasn't a debut last week, but he made quite a name for himself here.
No doubt about it, Jim. He's certainly there to even up the odds against Akbar's forces. Oh, what a powerful right hand by Iceman. This has been quite an exciting hour, too, Jim. If the fans at home just joined us, they just missed a barn burner between Terry Taylor and Hercules Hernandez. Terry the winner by disqualification, therefore retaining the title. Big body slam, lateral press. Iceman. Oh, he elevated Jack Victory.
Iceman with a very impressive amateur background at Lincoln University in Missouri. Iceman with the rights and lefts. And I'll tell you what, he doesn't back away from anybody. That right hand, it found a home on the jaw of Jack Victory.
Well, I'll tell you what, I feel sorry for Jack Victory right now. He had his jaws just jacked. There's Iceman up on that second rope. Oh! He just hit Jack Victory with that off the second rope clothesline. That's it.
Iceman